Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing a 6 Samurai deck profile. So this deck is a super fun deck that I'm really excited to show you guys. This is a super cool, like, retro deck, I guess you would say, because it's been out since the GX era around about, and it keeps getting support over and over again. This deck is almost as bad as Heroes with how much support it is. It's one of the most crazy decks of all time just because of Gateway of the Six, and I'm really excited to show you guys this deck because it is a part of the top 30 favorite decks of all time, and this is definitely has to make the cut as one of my favorite decks of all time, just because of Shien and Kizaru or Kizan and all those monsters. Like, it's just awesome, and the lore behind it is absolutely crazy too, where they just slowly age and they have like 3 different cards that have them as different ages. So let's get straight in this, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and let's get straight on into this. So first off, we're going to be playing one copy of Grandmaster of the Six Samurai. I thought about playing this at more than one, to be honest with you, because you can special summon this card if you control another Six Samurai monster, but you can only control one Grandmaster of the Six Samurai. But he's a good card to just instantly special summon out and have on the board, and it's awesome that he's 2100 attack, and he's just so cool that you can just special summon him for free. Then I play one copy of Great Shogun Sheen because this card shuts so many decks down. If you just control 2 Six Samurai monsters, you can instantly special summon this card from your hand for free. And then when you can also, your opponent can only activate 1 spell or trap each turn, which is amazing because you can pretty much soft lock your opponent with Shien and Shogun Shien. Now, I know that if you negate it, it doesn't count as his effect, so they do get 1, but you can kind of control the spell that they do get to activate or the trap they do get to activate, that 1 card that they do get to activate per turn. Then we play 2 copies of Kizaru. 2 copies of Kizaru is really good in the deck because it has the effect of, when this card is special summoned, you get to add from your deck to your hand 1 Six Samurai monster with a different attribute from all the other ones that you control, which is really good for the deck to be able to just instantly do that. 3 copies of Kizan. Kizan is kind of like the free special summon in this deck. Like, you just have to have another Six Samurai monster on the field, and you can instantly special summon him. Cool fun fact, he is actually Grandmaster early on in life, which is just such a cool thing to be able to have that connection, to know that, you know, you can see them age on the cards, which I just think is such a cool thing about this. Then I play 1 copy of Hatsumi. Hatsumi is basically, you get to banish 2 Six Samurai monsters from your grave or face up from your field, and then target a Six Samurai monster in your grave, except another copy of it, and then instantly special summon it back to your side of the field, which is just super cool, and I really love that effect of being able to just instantly grab a Six Sam from your grave to get you those abilities that you need, and it really benefits your plays. So this card is a must one of. Then we play 2 copies of Mizuho and 2 copies, let me move these over, 2 copies of Mizuho and 2 copies of Shinai. You need to play 2 and 2, at least 2 and 2. Some people play 3 and 3. I feel like 2 and 2 is the way to roll in this build. I don't feel like you need any more than that, but I feel like 2 and 2 is the way to go. Basically, if you control 1, you can special summon the other one, and then they have different effects, like contribute a monster to your side of the field and pop a card on your opponent's side of the field, and if this card is tributed, if this card in your field is tributed, you can target a Six Samurai in your grave and add it back to your hand. So they kind of roll with one another, which is really cool. Then I play 3 copies of Legendary Six Samurai Kaigeki. So Kaigeki, basically, when it's normal summon, you can special summon a level 4 lower Six Samurai monster from your hand, and while you control a Six Samurai monster with a different name, it gains 1500 attack to go to 1700, which is pretty good. My one-ofs is 1 Elder, which is like Cyber Dragon. You can special summon it if your opponent controls monsters and you don't. And 1 copy of Kagemusha of the Six Samurai. Kagemusha basically is just a level 2 tuner to go into Beast. That's pretty much all I use him for. And then 2 copies of Fuma is my last 2 Six Samurais. Fuma is basically a tuna. It's a Fuma. It's a tuna. I know. Shout outs to Richard, because he's actually the one that started that joke. Really quick, I just wanted to shout out to him. This deck is something that we built kind of together when he was still living in Alabama. He moved out recently out of state, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, I'm glad he did, and I wish nothing but the best for him for the opportunities that he is going to have where he is going now, which is going to be awesome for him. So That's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, I'm doing something interesting in my build. Basically, I know that this deck can extend so much. It's ridiculous. Like, you can put 16 monsters over and over and over and over again on board, and it never stops with 6 Samurais. It just doesn't stop. But why do I need to do that when I can just go for double or nothing? So I play double or nothing because it is so easy to just make a board, make a Shein, you make a link, you make Isolde, Shein, and Utopia double, and then Utopia and swing, and you can stop the spell and traps that they activate with it. And you play Called by the Grave in here too to just stop your opponent's hand traps to preventing you from getting to that. So that's my big combo in this deck. Like, I know that you can go for all those negations and Sword Yugioh and all that crap, but why? It's fragile. It's really fragile because if your opponent breaks it somewhere in that chain of going through Sword Yugioh and then making Gateway and all that other crazy crap, you've already lost. So why not just summon a Shein and then Utopia double and then Utopia on top with an Isolde up here and win? You're going to win with this. Like, your opponent is not going to stop that ever. And I know you guys have nicknamed me, besides DarkArmedDuelist, is Double or Nothing Duelist, and I gladly accept that because Double or Nothing is one of the best cards in the game. And more people need to hype this card. I own so many copies of Double or Nothing, it's not even funny because I keep buying them. I probably have 50 copies of Double or Nothing for decks. I'm not even kidding. It's probably the card that I own the most of next to Mystical Space Typhoon. Because every time I order something, I order extra copies of Double or Nothing. Because eventually, people are going to realize how good this card is, and it's going to make a big influence in the meta. Then we play one copy of Reinforcements of the Army because it searches all of our warrior monsters. Gateway because it's Gateway, and this card, I don't think it's ever going to come back past 1. This card is absolutely crazy. Each time a 6 Samurai monster is normal or special summon, you get to place 2 Bushido counters on this card. And you get to remove Bushido counters from this card and your side of the field to activate the effects. Either 2, you get to target a 6 Samurai or Shein monster you control against 500 attack. 4, you get to add a 6 Samurai from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Or 6, you get to target a Shein effect monster in your grave and special summon that target. You're always going for the 4 effect. Always go for the 4 effect. You never go for anything else. 3 copies of Shein Smoke Signal, searches all our level 3 or lower 6 Samurais. 1 Dojo. I dropped Dojo down to 1 because I wanted to play stuff like Called by the Grave and Double or Nothing. I wanted to focus a little bit on my equip spell engine. So I dropped down the Shein's Dojo. 3 copies of United. United is so good in this deck because basically each time a 6 Samurai monster is normal or special summon, you get to put a token on it, and maximum it has 2. And then you get sent to the grave to draw a card for each token that was on it. So it's essentially like playing 3 Pot of Greeds in this deck. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. For my Equip Spell engine, I am playing 1 copy of Phoenix Blade. I'm thinking about dumping this because I'm not playing Nightmares. I really, really, really was thinking about dumping this for maybe another Kagamusha. So I could go into my copy of Shein a little faster with Fuma and that in the deck. So I'd have 4 tuners instead of 3. But I just haven't brought myself around to getting rid of it yet. 1 copy of Broken Bamboo Sword, just for the Bamboo engine. And then 3 copies of Cursed Bamboo Sword, because it is the best Bamboo Sword besides Golden. And speaking of Golden, we play 3 copies of Golden as well, because it's like playing more Pot of Greed in this deck, so why not play it? And then for the last 3 cards, we play 3 copies of Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave, when it's activated, you just negate hand traps. That's pretty much what it does. And that's the big thing that you want to do with Called by the Grave. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. It's going to be Utopia all over the place in the extra deck, which is going to be pretty exciting for me. Which, you know, I didn't even like Zexal, but hey, whatever. So for the extra deck, we're going to be playing 2 copies of Legendary 6 Samurai Shein. Shein is extremely easy to summon this deck and basically negates 1 spell or trap per turn, which is just absolutely crazy. And if you control another 6 Samurai monster and this card would be destroyed, you can destroy another 6 Samurai instead. Then I play 1 copy of Trishula. Trishula is another really easy card to go into this deck. You just have to have like a Fuma plus 2 level 4s on the field, which could be 2 Kizans. And then you just synchro it into this card and it just rips your opponent's field. 1 copy of Nat Beast. Nat Beast is extremely easy to go into because all you have to do is do this. All you have to do is special summon from your hand your Elder, and then normal summon this, and you go into Nat Beast and negate spells over and over and over again. As you guys know, spells are much more prevalent than traps, so that's why I don't play Barkion, because Barkion is just not quite as good, so I just dropped Barkion out of the deck altogether. Then we play one copy of Daigusto Emerald. You know what I really should have played in here? It was Goyo Guardian. I really should have played Goyo Guardian as a one-of, because you can play Goyo Guardian in this deck. That might have been something that I really want to drop in later on, but I want to play test a little bit. Daigusto Emerald is a good one-of because you get to target 3 monsters and shovel all 3 back into the deck and then draw a card, which can be really, really big in this deck. Then for the Utopia package, here we go. 1 copy of Lightning, 1 copy of S Utopia Prime, and 1 copy of Utopia Double, just to get those plays off. Depending on what you feel like you can go for this. If your opponent has something like Colossus on the field where you can't search, double or nothing, you go for Utopia the Lightning and S Utopia, so you can attack twice with 5k, and then you play 2 copies of Utopia, so you can go into both levels or both trains at the same time. So basically, you either go this and to this, or you go this, this, and to this. So this is like the 2 lines you can go into with Utopia, and so that's why I play so many Utopia in the extra deck. So basically anything that plays rank 4s, I go into it. I play this. So that's then I play 1 copy of Leviair. Leviair is really easy to go into a lot of plays in this deck to be able to special summon stuff that gets banished. 1 copy of Secret Six Samurai, Rihan. Rihan's another one that's pretty easy to go into the deck, and it's really fun to go into. 1 copy of Boral Sword for OTK purposes. Soryuja, because you can still go into it. And it's not really busted in this deck anymore. I mean, it is, but it's not. It's easy to go into just straight with this card because you can just special summon a bunch of 6 Sams with different names and then go into this and then draw 4 and then put 3 back to dig for Gateway, which is really easy to do. Like, it's usually my first turn play. I go into this and then search for Gateway. Like, I'm digging for Gateway. Then 1 copy of Isolde. Isolde is really good in the deck to be able to go into anything that you need, really, by sending, stuff like your Cursed Bamboo Swords to the grave and your copy of Divine Phoenix Blade into the grave, which, again, I'm thinking about cutting the 1 Divine Phoenix Blade because, really, I just go for Fuma the majority of the time anyways, so I don't really need it that much. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this deck. It's a super, super fun deck. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you guys can see all of the videos that I'm going to be posting. And I'm so glad that we actually got to 10,000 subscribers. I know I say that at the end of just about every video, but I'm really, really excited that we got there. I'm so proud that we did it. So anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of this video down in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.